Why would my brand new automation system need an upgrade in less than a year? Let's talk about life cycles of a control system. We're going to explain the control system in three parts. One is going to be the software. Two is going to be your front-end controller. And three is going to be your field-level devices. Software, realistically, it needs to be looked at every 6 months, and it needs to be on some sort of yearly contract or yearly maintenance agreement to keep it up and going. Don't expect it to be super expensive for minor revisions, but major revisions can be sort of expensive. The front-end controllers should last 3 to 7 years. At 3 to 7 years, you're running into the issue of newer software versions and the processors and memory of these main controllers starting to be inadequate. The cost is usually 5 to 15% of what it costs to put in that control system new. While not inexpensive, they're required every 3 to 7 years, otherwise you'll start running into end of life, and end of life is when the manufacturer stops supporting the product. Field level controllers will last a little longer than your system level controllers. Field level controllers we see lasting anywhere from 7 to 25 years, but you start to lose some of the usability. Really, you should be planning to replace them every 7 to 15 years. 10 to 12 year mark is when we see most of the upgrades. The controller costs are usually about 80% of your control system price. So how do you know when you need to upgrade these systems? Well, I've got a couple of examples that'll make it easy for you. Software coming out of date. The biggest thing you're going to notice is maybe it doesn't run on the latest web browsers. That's been a recent problem with the Java applets. All of a sudden, you can't access your control system after the last Google Chrome update. That's a good indication that a system upgrade, at least a software upgrade, is probably in your near future. The front-end controller, you're going to know this needs to be upgraded when even though you have pretty good software on the controller, things are loading slowly. It takes a long time to get graphics up, and everything just seems laggy. That's usually a sign that the software and the amount of work you're trying to do with that system level controller is just past what it was designed for. And finally, the field level controllers. It's pretty easy to know when these need to be replaced also. End of life is typically what you're going to run into, is that these controllers are no longer able to be purchased and you have to start buying other controllers. So then you end up with kind of a mix-match system, which in some cases isn't bad, but it's hard to keep a good consistency in the building that way. So what should you do with this life cycle information? And maybe you've noticed that a couple of those things I discussed are happening to you. You need to contact your controls vendor and discuss with them what a future upgrade path looks like. Since system level controllers and field level controllers are not inexpensive to replace, they take time and energy and money. Those are something that really needed to be budgeted for a couple of years out. And then software, this is again is a maintenance project. It's like changing filters on your air handlers. You need to keep those systems up to date in order to keep them running tip-top shape. So as if all that wasn't motivating enough, here's an example of a project that we took out an existing control system that was about 15 years old and put in a brand new control system that had a lot more capability. With no change to equipment, simply fixing schedules, having better automated systems, and better visibility to what's going on, you can see we were able to save almost $3,000 in the first 3 months that control system was installed. We're really excited to see because this is a building that's going to have a payback coming in the terms of 3 to 4 years with no mechanical updates. This was all software and controls. So if this is something you're interested in, please go to woodmancontrols.com and let us know how we can help you.